Okay, woo, wiggly light. How are y'all? It's about 1:35 Central Standard Time. I'm in Texas. And I hope you're having a good day. We had a cloudy morning, so that's when I got my walk in. It was absolutely wonderful. We had a breeze. The humidity was much less than it has been the last few days. We've been under heat advisories because May is not typically this hot. It's like 10 degrees hotter, and it's like going to be up in the hundreds sometime this week. Crazy. So I thought we would make something easy. So we are going to use some stamps. You can get whichever stamps you want. I have this strawberry, Maggie Holmes, and this is also Maggie Holmes. It was in the same set. I don't know the name of it. It's old. I got it at Tuesday morning, pre-pandemic, when Tuesday morning had all the good happiness. And now they just don't. So anyway, use some stamps. Make sure there's no weird stuff on your, that's paint, on your stamps. Make sure they're clean. We're going to use watercolor. This is my Winsor Newton travel case, which I'll probably use the greens out of that. I milked a cow at the fair. This is so old. This is when our three youngest sons, who are now almost 18, 17, and 16, were in elementary, and we went to the fair. We're the county seat, so we always have the county fair in the fall. This is another Winsor Newton. It's all the same colors. It's just arranged differently. It's a little smaller. It does not have this little water bin, which I like, but it's still, it doesn't have the water bin. These are Grumbacher, and this is, I just get the tube. This is burnt sienna. It's a really popular color. So that's what it's like. It's a red-brown. Maybe that's an oxblood kind of brown. I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty. So if you wanted to use that, you can. However, you can also use Crayola, or if you can find Prang, P-R-A-N-G, they're, little kid paints. When I was young, the paint pans were rectangular and not oval like Crayola, and you could buy replacement pans. So if just your yellow went out, you could pop out the yellow and put a yellow in. I know Prang is still around, and I think that they are a little bit better quality, in my opinion, than Crayola. But they're harder to find now, probably online. We're going to use some StazOn ink if you have it. If not, use whatever you have, just permanent so that it doesn't bleed. And brushes. These both came from Michael's. I really like this Artist Loft brand, but I did try Princeton once. When Artist Loft is not always really well stocked. They are they're level 3, which is artist grade, quote unquote. This Princeton is not artist grade, but or it's not considered level 3, but I love it. It's nice. It has a nice point, which is what you always want in a watercolor brush, is a nice point. The brushes that come like with Crayola or Prang, those are junk. Let your 2-year-old use them. That's my opinion. Anywho. And then I'm also going to be using some Posca paint pens. This is acrylic paint. not oil-based, water-based paint. So let's get going. I've been doing watercolor. Well, I've been doing watercolor strawberries for the journals that I'm making, and I'm almost out because I'm almost done with the actual journals themselves, and then I get to move on to the cover. But these are the ones that I just paint freehand. I don't draw them or anything. I just blob paint on. And then the little plus signs are the paint pen, and the little green gestural marks are also the Posca paint pen. And this cute little dish is from Pioneer Woman, Walmart. It's reproduction jadeite, and it's a dip bowl. So if you want something tiny to house little things in, this is a dip bowl. So, and I like it. And it was like $2 something. So this is what we're going to make. So let's get going. I am going to use my StazOn. If you hear my little kitty, Rosie is over there on her little, it's actually my Bible book bag, but I transferred my Bible stuff out of there to put in a different bag for BSF because I needed to bring way more stuff. And so there you go. She now claims that as her little sleeping pad, but it's just a Vera Bradley bag. She just likes it. Okay, we're gonna stamp. Oh, that turned out good. And stamp. Ooh, yay. 2 good impressions. And then let's do a flower. I think the flower goes like that. Hopefully I'm in frame. I've already done this once, and half of half of the project was in frame and the other half wasn't, hence my heart tape to tell me stay right here. So here we go. Yeah, so that was not the best impression, but I'm really not concerned about it. I don't know. I just am not. I'm not a card maker. I just want, you know, the image done reasonably well. And now we are going to paint. You need to reactivate or activate if you haven't. If you're using Crayola, or I also have these little Prima packs. If you have these, I like them. I like how they curate colors. They are a little bit chalky, but I may reactivate that little pink one and this little crimson one. They give you this blank swatch card, which I like. And let's move this over. I think I'm going to use, I'll just show you what I mean, if you'll even be able to tell. It's just a little more chalky, and I think that's just maybe some of the binders that are put in the this brand of paint, which I don't know what they are. I don't know what any binders that any company uses, but these just seem to be a little chalkier. So there you go. I'll try that. And you can kind of see like right here is, I don't know, it's just chalkier, but I still like them. I like the color. I have Pastel Dreams and Woodland, and I like both of those. So now let's do this one. I am going to use let's see, this is Cadmium Red, this is Geranium Lake. I'm going to use a little Geranium Lake, a little more orangey. Make sure you leave some white. This one I did not leave white. You need some white space in there. So that was Geranium Lake. Yet let's use, I really like this Phthalo Crimson. Let's try that. Yeah, that'll look good together. And then you just kind of let them bleed and run. You see how I left little white specks? Do that, because that is paper towel here. Yeah. That is better. It just gives it a looser feeling. I'm going to make this some yellow. This is Indian yellow. I'm not going to do the center where all the little dots are. I guess those are stamens or whatever. And then I'm going to pick cadmium yellow light and just kind of drop in, goodness, drop in some, the oak pollen here has just, I think it's kind of subsiding now, but man alive, it sure got me good. And then I think I'm going to dip, well, that's already Indian yellow. I already used that. Oh, let's use this ochre. I have this over here. This is an ochre. Yellow ochre. I'm just going to drop it in. While it's still wet, the water will help it travel. And I think I'm going to do this for some of them. And then I think I'll use the cadmium yellow light for the others. I am not going to put any paint in those little centers of these flowers. I'm going to use my paint pen. And so now, let's move this over. I'm going to reactivate that green. I think that's a hooker green, maybe hooker green light, and this is a phthalo green. So I'm just going to use this. The more water you add to watercolor, the lighter the pigment will be on your paper. So if you want really deep color, then you don't use as much water. And the yellow of the flower is going to travel because it's still a little wet on that edge, and the green will travel in there, but really that's kind of the whole point of watercolor. I will say that there are artists out there that are very precise with their watercolor, and but for me, I kind of like it when it travels. I'll even help it along a little bit. And it just kind of gives it a little whimsy and a little charm. So this is almost dry, so I'm just going to go on and make some little gestural strawberry top fluff, whatever these things are called, strawberry tops. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of that in there too. You can see the pink is starting to travel into the strawberry leaves, which I think is kind of cute. I like it. All right, and then I think I'm gonna, while this is still wet, I'm gonna put in some orange of some sort. It's probably a vermilion, I think. And then it's mixing with the, there. So we are gonna let that dry. I'm gonna move this up just so you can kind of see. So this is the Grumbacher, and even though I painted over the line in the Grumbacher, you can still see, a nice delineated line. This is the Prima, and the pigment is just a little chalkier, and so it kind of obscures the line. It's not, that doesn't mean it's necessarily bad paint, it's just different. And I'm used to more of this, but I do like the curated colors that the Prima ones have. So there's that. So this is going to dry. I have already done this. Well, we'll do this strawberry. So this strawberry kind of got dark. I've added Payne's Gray. I don't know if you can see. Let me move this over just a bit. So this is Payne's Gray, and it is a blue. It's kind of a gray blue, and I really, really like that color a lot. So when I painted this strawberry, I added just a touch of the Payne's Gray to the Grumbacher red, and that's kind of what happened. Or maybe I used the Phthalo red, Phthalo crimson. My bad. That's Phthalo crimson. So I used Phthalo crimson and a little Payne's Gray, and some of the blue, bled up into the green, but I still like it. And then I did a little bit of splattering on this. So once this dries, I'll do some splattering on it as well. But for now, I'm going to start with my Posca. Well, let me talk about Posca. So this is a PC3M 0.9 to 1.3 millimeter. So these have a more bullet-shaped point. You can see that. So these range in size from 0.9 to 1.3 millimeter. It's just the PC3M. And then these are the PC1M, and it says they're bullet shaped. They're not. These are much, well, I guess it does look like a bullet, but it's a pointier nib. So that's what that is. But these are all considered a finer point. It's a 0.7 millimeter PC1M. Light pink, light green, yellow, orange, ivory. And then this guy, this is a big boy. He's a PC5M. It also says bullet shaped, but it's a 1.8 to 2.5, and he's a fatso. I like this one. There's even bigger ones, but I like him. So let's do our strawberry. Even though he's purple, I'm still going to put red in him. I don't have a purple one. And I'm just doing a wonky line because strawberries are not this perfect in real life. So I'm just kind of doing a little wonky. And I'll go in and I'm going to put some little plus signs in here, like the ones I hand painted, or painted by hand. And then this is the ivory, and I'm just going to do some little dots. Actually need to, we can reactivate that here. There we go. Just for fun, make it a little cutesy. Then let's put a little cup there where the stem goes through. I'm not just totally tracing this stamped top, but I am I don't know, that's just fast. It's not perfect. Don't make it perfect. perfect isn't, well, I know that there are some artists who like to, you know, basically replicate something so perfectly it looks like a photograph, which is fine. There are lots of paintings that I actually love that are like that, but that's not how I paint. And let's get this. Let's do some fun little turquoise dots in here. If you don't have Posca paint pens, I have one of these. It's a painter's paint pen. This is from Walmart, and it is water. It's permanent, light fast, streak free, and it is, I think it says on the little box that it comes in, but it is, that's kind of a big nib. That's kind of like this one. They're the same. But it is acrylic paint. It is not, it's not oil-based. So you could get some at Walmart that are like this if you wanted. I just like the Posca paint pens because they come in a really wide variety of colors and nibs. And if you're looking for something fine point, like, you know, that, you can just dot, you know, the inside. You just have more flexibility, I think, with these. But it doesn't mean you have to go and purchase them. Just use what you have. Okay, so there's that. Let's see if this one is about dry. We'll try. The flower is not dry, but I think I want to try to splatter this. So I'm going to get a little Payne's Gray. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Scooch this up. So I have some little Payne's Gray, and I'm just gonna tap this, but it's you have to use it if you're familiar with using chopsticks, which, I mean, I'm not a pro by any means, but you hold them loosely. So this is kind of the same general way to do splatter, is you just hold it loosely. You can either tap it, or you can tap it like this on your finger, which is kind of like what I like to do. I'm going to go over here and do that over here too. Why not? And because this is still wet, it will travel, but that's okay. Just let it travel. It's all going to add some good texture. Let's get that. This one is light red, which to me, I don't know why it's called light red, because it really looks like a lighter form of burnt sienna. So I have no idea. Who knows? Who knows? There we go. There. That's enough. And I'm going to wipe down this right here. So you can see this one got splattered. I've already kind of decorated that one. And am I done with the paint? I believe I am done with the paint. I'll close that. And I do not take the best care of my acrylic brushes, but definitely baby your watercolor brushes, because you really want the point. So when you rinse it, go on and, you know, really blot it dry and then reshape it. And I think the reason why I like this one is you can kind of see this has a bevel, a little bit of a bevel to it, which isn't bad. I mean, I love this brush, just great. I mean, I do. I use it all the time. But this one doesn't as much, and so I feel like you can get a finer application with that. So anyway, so that's that. So now this is dry, so we'll work on that. Now we're gonna we did our little strawberry. Let's do our little flower. We can cut those out. Just be careful. Some of this paint is still, you know, the splatter is a little wet, so just be careful not to get your paint pen on it, because it'll shut it down quick, and then it'll be ruined. You won't be able to use it again. Let's get a little orange on this side. Let's get a little ivory on this. Oops, ivory on this side. I just cleaned my mat the other day, and so now I'm trying to be a little more vigilant about all that good stuff. And then what else do I want to do? I think, let's just see. There. So now we're going to cut it out. Since these are dry, I'm going to do this little strawberry first. Kind of just basically tracing the shapes of the stamp, but not too closely, because if you're not confident, I guess, enough in your strawberry painting abilities, this kind of gives you like a coloring book, you know, and then you just, after you're done painting, you just kind of go over the little black line, and when you cut it out, it looks like, you know, a wonky little strawberry. Cut this one out too. Not sure why I am liking strawberries right now, but I am. I started collecting fabric with strawberries on it back, I don't know, in December, January maybe. And then, I don't know, I just kind of went strawberry crazy. So these are the ones that go in the journals that I'm making, that I have one more page to finish. It's really basically finished, but I'm going to add some cute to it. And then I can start making the patchwork covers. So the nice thing about the splatter is if you can kind of purpose to keep some of it in your little fussy cut if you want, which, I don't know, I like it. I like splatter. Gives it a little energy, a little movement, motion, whatever. I decided to start this YouTube channel because I am going to be giving a tutorial for Paula G and Kelly B's Crafty Destination cruise. It's like a sticker cruise of some sort. So you make stuff and then you stick it in your journal. And so I have to get familiar with YouTube so that I can do that, because our son, our almost 18-year-old, is graduating, and Lord willing will attend A&M Gigamaggies. I mean, he's been accepted, but you know, you never know. Sometimes the Lord changes plans. So, so that is our plan at present. Okay, so I have this pile to my left of scraps, of like little scraps. I do not keep these forever. Since I'm working on the strawberry journal, I use them for that. But then after the journal is done, they'll go bye-bye. I cannot keep all of the little bits and pieces. It gets overwhelming. I am, however, going to add this. Oops. I like wonky things. I like fabric. I like, I love this. That's so cute. This is, I think this is vintage. I'm not 100%, but I think, sorry, I think it's vintage. Oh, let's use that. Now see, doesn't that just say happiness? Okay. I want the phrase up on top though. So, this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to put this, put that down, this, and this, and this. This is that Tim Holtz tiny attacher. I do a lot of stapling because it's quick and easy. And then let's do this. Just make sure it got. I'm gonna come under here, do that. There. Now, I'm serious, y'all. I love it. This is cute. Cute. This is kind of hidden. I don't know if I can even get it in there. I probably shouldn't. See, that's what I do. I wait till the last minute. Not do that with this one. This one's going to be just a strawberry one. So we have this little flower one, and we have, let's see, I like that purpley, and I like that pinky red. And with this one, I want to take this off because the others don't really have it. There. Okay. Now I have, what's this? Nope. I also like my scrap cabin. That looks cute. Ooh, nope. Let's get this. Look. sari ribbon. Sari silk ribbon. Isn't that the prettiest ever? So what I like about this is after you cut it, you can rip it. Snip. Ta-da. Now you have it all frayed. Sometimes I iron it just a little bit, but I'm just going to finger press it. Maybe it will be this way. Yeah. Here. And might be too pink. Oh, what about this rosy color? That's kind of pretty. So this is rouge. So back in the day, my Nana, I mean, we call blush or whatever, but she called it rouge, which I think is what it used to be called long, long ago in a land far away. Okay, let's see what we can get here. We can get that. Let's make this kind of there. Definitely want the yellow to show. There we go. Just making sure we got it all. Yep. And I still want a smidgen of fabric, but I don't have any by me. And I'm not gonna, oh wait, what's this over here? What do we have? Oh, that's cute. Cute. Yeah, we're using it. That is a Cicero here. Let's see, what can we do? Can it tuck up under here? Yeah. So let's fishtail it. And then I also want to pucker it just because I like that look. Use our little stapler. There. See what we made? We made two little ephemera cards, journaling cards to stick in your journal. I think those turned out cute. All from a stamp. And that, and watercolor. Oh, and paint pens. Pretty cute. And then these are, this one is a branding strip, but those were just little snippets left over from the strawberry book pages that I'm making. And then this is my scrap cabin crinkly seam binding and sari silk. And this is a fabric pack I bought from somebody online. I can't remember who. Anyway, ta-da! Have a good one.